The studio lights burned hot against Maya's flawless skin, bleaching every shadow from her face. The camera loved her. It always did. 3, 2, 1. "We're live," called the director. Maya's smile appeared instantly. Bright, sincere, perfect. "Hi everyone, welcome back to Elite Life." Behind the cameras, a small team hovered, half hidden in the haze of light and luxury. A team of makeup artists, sound engineers, cameramen, all working hard to deliver the perfect Maya. Her brand manager checked the live counter already, past 2 million views. At 27, Maya had built an empire. Her brand, in an elite relationship with my stepmom, had turned a complicated family story into a viral fairy tale. Millions followed her videos about love, companionship, and the beautiful bond between a stepdaughter and her stepmother. Each post came wrapped in pastel perfection. Brunch tables, laughter, hugs, captions about healing families through love. The public adored her. The sponsors adored her more. The glamour was unlimited, and the fame was rising every day for the brand. The success had started innocently. One evening, a journalist had asked Maya on live TV, "What's it really like being raised by your stepmom?" Her practiced pause, her misty eyes, her carefully crafted story of finding new affection in her stepmom struck gold. Within weeks, she was on every talk show speaking about modern family love. But as the applause grew louder, another woman's life grew quieter. Sara, the stepmom, who starred in those interviews, was always there in the frame, smiling politely beside Maya. Sara was a nurse by profession, and she was humble and grateful. But the camera never lingered on her for long. Every magazine wanted Maya's face on the cover. Every luxury brand sent gifts to Maya's address. Every check had Maya's name. Sara got applause and a nurse's salary. Nothing else ever came her way. Married to a rich guy and stepmom to an influencer meant nothing for her. At home, she folded the laundry while the social media showed her stepdaughter's smiling face. She heard her own name mentioned on screen, Sara, the woman who has the strongest bond with her stepdaughter, and felt something bitter burn inside her chest. Her husband, Alex, was rarely home. A corporate executive, always traveling, always silent when present. Their marriage had become a polite business of shared dinners and separate dreams. The dinner plates felt empty. The lavish apartment seemed bare. Sara's only comfort had been believing she'd supported her stepdaughter. But now that daughter had turned her into a content. It was on one of her night shifts at the hospital that Sara met Kai Reyes. He was different, charming, well-spoken, a patient admitted after a minor street accident. His arm was bandaged, his voice calm even in pain. "Looks like I'll live," he joked as Sara checked his vitals. "You're lucky," she said, barely glancing at him. "Or maybe you're just good at saving lives." She rolled her eyes, but she smiled. It had been a long time since anyone noticed her that way. Over the next few weeks, Kai returned once for dressing changes, then for checkups he didn't really need. He started bringing coffee, asking about her day, her work, her family. He listened, really listened. Kai was handsome, yes, but there was something else. The kind of confidence that made lonely people feel seen. What Sara didn't know was that Kai was no ordinary patient. He was a small-time gangster with a growing debt to men who didn't forgive late payments. Painkillers had a huge street value, and nurses had access. He started to extend his relationship with Sara to gain access to the pain medications. Their first dinner was in a small Italian restaurant near the docks. Sara told herself it wasn't a date, just two friends. But when he touched her hand and called her beautiful, she didn't pull away. A week later, she was sneaking small boxes of painkillers out of the supply room. Kai sold them, promised to return the favor someday. That favor came sooner than expected. One evening, as they sat in a cheap hotel room lit only by the flicker of a muted television, Kai asked, "You ever get tired of her?" Sara frowned. "Who?" "Your daughter. The influencer, Maya, the one who talks about you like you're a brand mascot." Sara hesitated. She means well, does she? He asked softly. Because from where I'm sitting, you're the reason she's famous, and she's the one driving a Bentley. Sara looked away. It's complicated, Kai smiled. It's unfair. The words lingered in her mind long after he left that night. A month later, Maya won the Influencer of the Year award. The event was broadcast live. The room glittered with designers and billionaires. Maya stood on stage, clutching her trophy, thanking everyone except the one person who mattered. Sara watched the broadcast from the hospital break room, surrounded by co-workers who clapped and cheered. One nurse said, "That's your daughter. You must be so proud." Sara forced a smile. "Yes, I'm indeed proud of her." But her hands shook as she continued to watch the TV. She thought about all the nights she'd stayed up helping Maya rehearse interviews, the hours she'd spent doing Maya's hair before early shoots, the emotional support she'd given when the brand almost collapsed last year. And yet, when the spotlight came, the stepmother was nowhere to be seen. At home, she confronted Maya gently. "You could have mentioned me," she said. Maya laughed lightly. "Mom, it's just an award speech. Don't take it personally. It's our brand, Maya." "No, make no mistake. It's all mine," Maya replied, her tone flat, her phone already back in her hand. "You're part of the story. Don't confuse that with ownership." That night, Sara cried quietly in her bathroom, tears no camera would ever see. Kai noticed the change. "You look tired," he said one evening, as they met at the hotel again. "I'm fine," Sara murmured. "No, you're not. You're angry." She looked up sharply. "You don't know anything about me." "Oh, but I do," he said. "You're the woman who gave everything to someone ungrateful. You deserve something back." Sara almost laughed. "Like what? Recognition?" "Money," Kai said simply. "The kind that fixes everything." Sara frowned. "You think I can just ask Maya for money?" "Not ask," he said. "Take. You said she keeps everything on her phone, her laptop, her cloud. I know people who can get in. All you'd need is to open the door." Sara froze. "That's blackmail." "No," Kai said smoothly. "It's justice. You're owed." She stared at him. The thought terrified her and thrilled her. "What if she finds out?" "She won't," he said. "You'll get your share. I'll handle the rest." Kai has hooked Sara on this fantasy. She started working on schedules, the events, the passwords of Maya. Every day, Kai assured her of his love for and kept seeing his other real girlfriend. Kai's had multifaceted problems. He had a debt to pay, men to escape, and a girlfriend to please. He was under watchful eyes of his boss, known as the broker. Maya's fortune could be his way out. A night before, Sara whispered, "I'm scared. Will this work?" Kai kissed her hand. "Don't worry. We are set for tomorrow. While you attend the gala, I will get in the apartment and get the info." The night of the charity gala came. Maya, in a radiant gown, was the star of the event. She posed for cameras while Sara walked behind her, smiling for photos she would never see published. Back at the hotel, Kai waited with his phone. Sara had just texted the door code, 8432B. The rest happened quickly. Kai entered Maya's penthouse, bypassed the security system with his hacker friend on call, and reached her laptop. Inside was gold and poison, video files, messages, hidden folders. Among them, TJ, Video 1, MP4. He pressed play and saw Maya, her best friend's husband, and a secret that could destroy her entire empire. He copied everything, sent Sara one text. "We have it." Sara read the message and couldn't help but smile. Even with this triumph, she looked at her reflection in the mirror, tired, trembling, but alive. She had crossed the line from victimhood into a part of a criminal enterprise. Maya suspected nothing. Her most precious belongings were in a stranger's hands without a trace. In the hotel room where Kai and Sara met regularly, The word leverage hung between them like a live wire. Kai set the small encrypted drive on the motel table and pushed it toward Sara. "It's done," he said. No turning back. Sara stared at the drive as if it might burn her. Her hand hovered, then closed over it. She felt lightheaded, half with fear, half with triumph. "What's inside?" "Enough to break a kingdom," Kai said. "We need to use it carefully. I have a perfect plan, and no one would suspect you." For years, Sara had stood beside Maya as a prop in the stage play of perfection. Now she held the off switch. "Okay," she whispered. "We follow the plan. We ask small first," Kai said. "Maybe 50,000. You act as the victim." Sara nodded. "And if she refuses? Then we tighten the noose." Kai was clear in his planning. Maya's penthouse smelled like lemon polish and fresh lilies. She moved through rooms as if they were a set. Every cushion angled, every frame clean. Her phone was set up on the marble counter, screen awake with a spreadsheet of brand integrations. Sara arrived with puffy eyes and a folded scarf in her hands. She forced her breath to wobble. "Maya, I need your help." Maya did not look up at first. "I'm on a deadline." But Sara continued. "It's about someone I have been seeing lately. I know it's wrong." Sara swallowed. "His name is Kai. He's asking for $50,000. He says he'll send pictures and videos of me and him to you, Father, if I don't pay." Maya looked up, calm, instantly calculating. "You want 50,000, she repeated, like a number on a receipt. "For your private choices and cheating on my father." "I know how it sounds," Sara said quickly. "But if your father sees this, he'll be so furious and he'll divorce me. Don't you think the brand will have an impact?" "The brand," Maya cut in, "survives every storm. I built it this way." Sara tried a softer angle. "Please, I'm asking for a loan. I'll repay you from my salary." Sara did not mention the prenup clause that would leave her paying Maya's father half her income if he proved infidelity. Sara saw herself being humiliated by Maya. She briefly lifted her gaze from her phone only to say the obvious. "No," Maya continued. "Heck no. You dated a man behind my father's back and wants me to fund your adultery," Maya said. "Your problem is not my invoice. Leave now, or I'll call my father." A tremor of real anger touched Sara's voice. "I supported you when nobody knew your name. You used my story, my face, and my father gave you a great life, a beautiful apartment, cars. What else do you want?" Maya said, voice like glass. "But you came here for money to cover your adultery. I'm not paying a cent." Sara held her eyes a second too long, then lowered them, trembling in truth now. "All right," she whispered. "All right." She left Maya's home, hands empty, plan intact. Maya was rehearsing for a sponsor's event. Self-love starts with honesty. When Kai's grim message buzzed in, an unknown number. She clicked the message. It read, "Tell your stepmom to pay up. The price is now $1 million. And $1 million baby 8. Does his ring any bell?" Maya's heart sank. For breathless seconds she heard nothing, no traffic, no hum of the air system, only the hard drum of her chest. $1 million baby 8, a private phrase that she uses to access her cloud vault. Only she knew this phrase. Her vault contained all her personal data and her videos with TJ. All the fun in the hotel rooms. Enough to ruin a friendship. Maya summoned Sara and showed her the message. "Where did you get this?" Sara asked. "This came from your boyfriend Sara?" Maya continued. "Don't play games with me. Did you let him in my apartment? Where does he get this phrase? What else you told him?" Sara acted brilliantly. She sat down, her head bowed. "Kai sent it. I don't know what any of this means." Maya's raging was rising by the second. "You know exactly what it means. You let him in." Maya stared at her reflection in the black window. At the woman the internet adored. "Sara, this is all your fault, and you'll help me fix it." "How?" Sara whispered. "You'll get him to a meeting," Maya said. He'll tell him I'll pay, but I want everything back. The photos, the drive, the lot. He will hand over everything and leave this city forever. And if he doesn't agree, Maya's voice turned flat, then he'll get a good hiding. TJ sat in his car outside the maternity entrance. Engine off, hands clenched on the wheel. Through the glass, he could see his wife's silhouette moving slowly down the corridor, one hand on her belly. Amira is 7 months, a boy. She had chosen a name. She had bought tiny clothes, painted the nursery, and bought little furniture. TJ typed, "We need to talk." Deleted it. He typed again. "I've made a mistake." Deleted it. Suddenly his phone rang. Maya. He answered with a whisper. "I can't talk right now. I'm at the hospital." "Come to my apartment," Maya said. "Someone knows our secret and he is blackmailing me." TJ stared at the lit windows, at the place where good men waited with chocolates and flowers. He knew he had never been one. "I'm on my way." The shock was evident in his voice. Maya's father had once told her, "Business is the art of removing threats without leaving fingerprints." She was 14, but she had listened. Now she called her bodyguard Dell. "There's a meeting," she said. "Midnight. Old Quarry Road. Man's name is Kai Reyes. He is Sarah's lover. He has something of mine." "Do you want cash or steel rods?" Dell asked. "Bring both," Maya said. "But I want the thing back. Clean." "And your stepmom?" Dell asked. "She will stand where I tell her to stand," Maya said. She hung up and looked at her hands. They didn't shake anymore. The plan was forming its shape. She read and reread Kai's last instruction. Kai. Midnight. Old Quarry Road. Maya brings the money. I hand over the drive. We walk. She typed. "You promise this would be clean. No violence." Kai messaged back. "This would be clean. You have my word." His words sounded true, but the lipstick on the glasses told a different story. Kai's words had always thrilled her heart. Tonight it would mean $1 million passing from one life to another. She thought of folding towels and cleaning bedpans while Maya cried into a camera about their bond. Gifts arriving with only Maya's name on the card. "This is my share," she told the rain. "This is overdue." She texted Maya. "Tonight at midnight, Kai agrees to exchange. I told him you'll pay." "Maya, I'll be there. You should attend your hospital duty." Back at the penthouse, Maya laid out her rules to TJ in a voice that brooked no debate. "You will not speak unless I ask you to. You will not panic. If you see him try to run, you will block him with the car. Dell will do the rest." TJ's face had the gray, empty look of a man who has already lost. "If something happens to this Kai guy." "If something happens to him," Maya said, "your wife has a husband in the morning, and my sponsors have a saint. If he runs away and publish the photos, we both burn." TJ closed his eyes. "I wanted to tell her today. I tried." "You wanted to feel clean," Maya said. "Clean is no more an option. We are in it to the end." Sara met Kai one last time. He answered the door on the second ring. Her voice was easy. "Are you okay, Kai?" "Listen. Don't push her," Sara said. "She cuts throats when she's cornered. Let her see the drive, take the money, then go." "You sound like you care," Kai said, amused. "I care about me," Sara said. "Stick to the plan. Trust me," he said lightly. "I always do." The emptiness afterward felt like a calm before the storm. At 10:30, Maya went live for 8 minutes. She spoke about road safety, about late-night driving and mindfulness. Comments streamed in hearts. Praise, pleas for her skincare routine. She smiled into the camera like a woman with nothing to fear. When she ended the stream, she wiped a tear that wasn't there and picked up her keys. "You ready?" she asked TJ. "No," he said. "Good," she said. "It keeps you useful." Soon the city was behind them. Dell's muscle car slid into view in the mirror, 2 lengths back, steady as a promise. Maya checked the time. 11:54 p.m. "Whatever you think about me," she said, eyes on the road. "Think it later." He nodded. There was nothing left to say. The old quarry road cut like a scar through scrub and black rock. Puddles pooled in ruts. Wind moved in the brush like whispers. A single car waited by the bend Kai's sedan, headlights lowered, and the silhouette of a man inside. Maya and TJ pulled up, killed the engine, and stepped out first. The night smelled of wet dirt and metal. Dell stayed in the car, lights low. TJ stepped out, his face shadowed with worry. "Let's keep this clean," Maya said, voice calm and carrying. "You have something of mine, Kai. I have something you want." Kai stepped out, a smile in his voice. "There she is, the queen." "Spare me," Maya said. "Show me the drive." He held up a small black case. "Here's the original. Cloud access details and all the downloaded info. Hand over the money and I vanish." "And copies?" Maya asked. "No copies, but money first," Kai said. "Proof first," Maya returned. They stood in the rain, thinned air, an arm's length from disaster. Kai opened the case and let the corner of a drive flash silver in the light. "Happy?" Maya nodded once. Maya lifted her phone, thumb hovering over a banking app. "Last chance to come clean. Did you show this to anyone?" "Last chance to be generous," he replied. The rain ticked on metal. The quarry wind whispered. The three cars idled like patient animals. Maya's thumb moved. Maya's face was starting to relax. "The money is deposited." But Kai did not know that it was just a facade to let him drop his guard. She is known for being calm, cold, and unreadable. Kai instantly checked his balance. "That's not what we agreed. I asked for $1 million, and it's fair for what's inside. Stop playing games. I'm not a man to mess with." "You increased the amount from 50,000 to $1 million?" Maya said. "It makes me think that you had some help." Kai was furious. "Listen, you pay me now or I have made copies." Sensing the tension, Maya's bodyguard, Dell, got off his muscle car and started walking towards Maya and Kai. TJ was closely following him. Kai started to realize that he underestimated Maya. She is not just a beauty, but a ruthless brain, and he did not bring any backup. Maya's gaze flicked once to Dell, then back to Kai. "You're mistaken about who's in control here." Kai nervously laughed. "You're not as scary as you think." Maya gave a faint smile. "You'll find out." She nodded once. Dell started forward. Kai reacted instantly, slammed the car door, twisted the key, and roared the engine alive. Dell lunged. The sedan skidded backward, tires screaming through the mud. Dell hit the side door with his shoulder as Kai accelerated forward, fishtailing into the road. Maya shouted, "After him!" TJ tried to run along the car. "He's running!" Maya snapped. "And don't let him go!" The quarry disappeared behind them in a haze of rain and red taillights. The road was slick, narrow, and full of blind turns. Soon the forest loomed on both sides, whispering with wet leaves. Kai's car tore through the darkness and rain. He was running for his life. Behind him, the two pursuers, Dell's muscle car and Maya's SUV, stayed locked on him like wolves that had found the scent. Kai's hands were shaking, but his mind was razor sharp. He hit the speakerphone. "Sara!" Her voice came through at once, tight with fear. "Kai, where are you? What happened?" "They brought muscle," he shouted, "and they are chasing me now. Please stop them." "Kai, I'm gonna call the police." Sara's panicked voice boomed over the speaker. "They're trying to ram me off the road. They're trying to kill me. I'm going to die." Kai couldn't think of anything else. Behind him, Dell's car slammed into his rear bumper. Metal shrieked. Sparks lit the rain. Sara screamed through the speaker, "Kai, please! What is going on?" Kai's eyes were wild with fear. There's no stopping. The road twisted. His headlights caught the edge of a guardrail. Another impact, harder, more violent. The sedan skidded sideways, clipped a tree trunk, and spun into the forest. A final, thunderous crash shook the road as the car slammed into a massive oak. Then, fire. Flames roared up from the crushed hood, spreading fast, devouring everything. From behind, TJ's SUV slid to a stop. Dell's car pulled up beside it. Through the rain and smoke, TJ could still see movement, a figure inside the fire. "Oh my God," he whispered. Maya's eyes stayed fixed on the blaze, her face calm. "Turn around," she said quietly. "He could be alive," TJ said. "We have to help him." "Turn around," she repeated. "We were never here." Ty hesitated. Maya turned her head and met his eyes, steady, cold. "You want your wife to know? You want your child to grow up with a murderer for a father?" He said nothing. His trembling hands turned the wheel. The SUV pivoted, followed by Dell's car. Their headlights vanished into the storm. Behind them, the fire swallowed the road. A dying man's screams lost beneath the thunder. But Kai Reyes wasn't dead. Not yet. He crawled from the wreck, coughing smoke and blood, dragging his broken body toward the faint glow of a gas station at the end of the road. The attendant looked up in horror as Kai collapsed across the counter. "Help! Call an ambulance, please." His clothes and body were badly burnt. Before the attendant could reach the phone, another car pulled into the lot, black, sleek, and silent. A tall man stepped out, closing the door with care. His coat was dry despite the storm. His eyes carried no emotion at all. He entered the station without a word. "Mr. Reyes," he said softly, "you look worse than your reputation." Kai turned his head slowly. "Who are you?" The man knelt, removed the small waterproof drive from Kai's jacket, and examined it under the light. "I'm the broker," he said simply. "And you owe me money or your life?" Kai coughed blood. "Oh, it's you? But you are not real?" "No," the broker replied. "I'm real, and the copy you made is now mine, since you failed to return your promised $1 million. The broker dragged Kai into dirty toilets. "You could have lived if you'd been smarter." Kai's voice came out cracked. "Please give me a chance." Two muffled shots rang. Quick, clean. Kai's body slumped against the floor tiles. His dream of a rich life took its last breath on the filthy tiles of a public toilet. The broker stood, pocketed the drive, and dragged the corpse back into the night. The wreck was still burning when the broker returned. The flames twisted high, orange against black, the smell of melted metal sharp in the rain. He carried Kai's body with immense strength and thrown it on the burning car. His plan was straightforward. The fire will cover gunshot wounds and the identity. Kai Reyes will become a John Doe. He pulled the drive, Maya's fortune, from his pocket. He held the evidence near the flame, ready to add fuel to the fire. The fire surged, consuming Kai's body and the wreck. The inferno roared, too hot for any rain to quench. Silence fell, and the evidence was gone. The broker watched for a moment, until the inferno became too bright to look at, then turned and walked calmly into the rain. By dawn, the car would be nothing but ash and twisted frame. The news would call it an accident. Even the DNA would not identify the driver. The next morning, Maya went live at 9. Her studio lights glowed warm. Her eyes were perfectly red at the corners. "Life is fragile," she said to the camera. "One careless night can change everything. Please drive safe. Cherish what you have." Thousands watched, hearts and sympathy emojis flooding her feed. "Drive safe with Maya" trended within hours. Sponsors reposted, praising her bravery and civic duty. She was giving back something to the society, and everyone applauded. Her reflection in the black screen looked almost peaceful. On the other side of town, Sara hadn't slept. Hands shaking on cold coffee, she was haunted by the collision's scream and Kai's desperate pleas. Metal on metal echoed in the silent kitchen. Kai's voice was still in her mind. They're going to kill me. Suddenly, her phone buzzed. She jumped. No name. No number. Just a message. Attachment. Che Video 1. MP4. A text came next. Kai might be dead, but I own you and Maya. You will answer when I call. Sara dropped the phone. It clattered against the tiles, still vibrating. She covered her mouth, shaking. The game she thought she had planned so well was only a doorway, and someone far worse was already on the other side.